What is wrong with Jeremy Corbyn that he can't get a grip of this issue, which has been now going for 2 years? Why has his party, why has your party become synonymous with anti-Semitism?
Well, look, I think yesterday was a very important stage in making sure that we do get a grip, and you're right, it's long overdue. But the Board of Deputies and the Jewish Leadership Council were absolutely correct when they said it is actions and not words that matter here.
The Jewish Leadership Council made a statement after this meeting, right, saying how disappointed they were. They came up with what appeared to be perfectly simple, sensible proposals, absolutely none of which Jeremy Corbyn was prepared to sign up to. Why? What is wrong with him that he can't just say, I hear you, we're going to do all of this? Which one of these proposals do you guys have a problem with?
Well, let me go through the proposals with you. One was that there should be a speeding up of the cases. That is exactly what the party has agreed, and my understanding is that Jeremy agreed that.
Ken Livingstone, on that point, Ken Livingstone, right, said that Hitler was a Zionist 2 years ago. And that has still not been dealt with. Why?
You're asking me about the meeting yesterday, and my understanding from the meeting yesterday is that Jeremy and Jenny Formby gave an assurance that the Ken Livingstone case would be dealt with by the end of July. It will be speeded up and dealt with by the end of July.
Why has it taken 2 years?
It shouldn't have done.
Well, here's my problem with this.
Sorry,
Mr. Gardiner, here's my problem.
No. Your problem is that you don't allow people to answer your question, Piers.
My problem...
And I'm trying to do that. What I've said to you is that I think there is a process within the Labour Party which says that if you bring the party into disrepute, you can be disciplined for that. I believe that anybody who did share a platform with somebody in the circumstances that you've suggested may well be guilty of bringing the party into disrepute, and then a separate procedure would apply to them.
In their statement after this meeting, where you say all this was agreed, they said in their statement, we are disappointed that Mr. Corbyn's proposals fell short of the minimum level of action which our letter suggested. In particular, they did not agree in the meeting with our proposals that there should be a fixed timetable to deal with anti-Semitism cases, that they should expedite long-standing cases involving Ken Livingstone and Jackie Walker, that no MP should share a platform with someone expelled or suspended for anti-Semitism, that they adopt the full International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance definition of anti-Semitism with all its examples and clauses, that there should be transparent oversight of the disciplinary process. They don't seem to have got your memo, Mr. Gardiner. They don't think any of this was agreed last night. So either they're lying or you are trying to make a bad situation better for your boss by pretending this was agreed.
Look, can I say this is not about a bad situation making it better for anyone. This is about a problem that we have in the Labour Party with anti-Semitism. We're talking about, I understand it's less than 100 cases that need to be dealt with. They need to be dealt with. That is a problem that we have and that we are dealing with.
It's actually not difficult. None of this is difficult. The reason the party has been engulfed in this anti-Semitism scandal is because none of you running the Labour Party are prepared to deal with this head on and just do these damn things right now. And that is the problem for the party. That is why Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party are now being tainted with being anti-Semites. And I can't imagine a more ridiculous and offensive thing for the Labour Party to engulf themselves with in this cack-handed way. And the only way that you can deal with this, in my mind, is for Jeremy Corbyn to take a proper lead, to implement all these proposals immediately,
actually,
and to then come out and then say why he's doing that.
You'll find that actually in the letter that was sent by the Board of Deputies and the Jewish Leadership Council, that they welcomed the statements that Jeremy had made, that the leadership that he had taken in making it clear that anti-Semitism had to be eradicated from the Labour Party. They made that absolutely clear. But, as I said at the beginning, it's not words that count here, it's actions.
Everybody in life is entitled to due process. But this issue within the Labour Party is not going to be solved by the employment of 6 lawyers, which is what they're talking about. What we need is a change in culture. What we need is a change in culture so that people understand that you don't give space for anti-Semites to occupy, in the same way as you don't give space for racism in any form of society. And the problem is that this is becoming ideological. And the Jewish community is not enjoying this. The last thing the Jewish community wants.
You must be hating it.
Wake up every morning reading about anti-Semitism. I just turned on my Twitter feed. I just did a radio interview. I get reactions when you click through on the profiles. They're invariably Labour supporting individuals.
Labour members or Labour supporters?
Well, I think the issue is every case obviously needs to be investigated. The point is that the way this changes is the same way and with the same energy that Mr. Corbyn adopted Windrush. Look, at the demonstration 4 weeks ago, my parents were approaching 80, were jeered and accosted, as were many hundreds or thousands of others, by a small minority of people who claim to speak in Mr. Corbyn's voice. Now, he said to me yesterday, in the meeting, they don't speak for me. So I said, so go on national television and say out loud, this group does not speak for me. Please do not do that. And I'm afraid when you ask him to do that face to face, he shrugs his shoulders and moves on. He has this way of doing that. Now, I'm not doubting his faith in this way, but he needs to get on the front foot. This issue needs to be dealt with, and it will only be dealt with by leadership. You know, these things happen when good men remain silent.
I mean, it just seems to me terrifying, actually, that a leader of a major party is simply incapable of dealing with this cancer at the root of his party.
This has been going on for almost 3 years.
Yeah.
This has been going on since September 15, when Mr. Corbyn became leader of the party. And we're urging him, we've been begging him to put an end to this. He's the one who can end this. He could end it in a moment, but he needs to take the leadership that you would expect of a man who wishes to be Prime Minister. To be Prime Minister of this country, you would expect a man to want to build bridges with all parts of society. There should be no part of society excluded. And I'm afraid
zero tolerance of anything anti-Semitic is where you start from. If you're running a political party in this country, zero.
One would hope.
Anyone that crosses that line, you're out.
One would hope that's right, Piers.